Hi, my name is Shaun McManus. I think the best experience I've had this year is being introduced to more activities that Montana has in the summer, such as rafting. I've always been to mountain biking but haven't traveled as much with it. In the summer I did spend a lot of time doing that, exploring new places, meeting new friends. It was really great to get out and just see what the greater Montana area has to offer, and it's absolutely incredible what there is out there. I'm most happy when I'm around my community, my friends, whether it's Big Sky, Bozeman, and just out enjoying everything that there is here together, whether we're rafting, biking, skiing, playing hockey, being in the backcountry, going downtown Bozeman. There's a lot to offer, and just having that community. There was a time that I left for about a year and did some traveling, and during that time I didn't get to see my community as much. And when I did that, that's when I realized how important my community is to me and how important community is to all of us. What makes me feel the most stressed out is modern life. Bozeman and Big Sky are dramatically changing areas in terms of the demographics that are coming here. Real estate is a challenge. There's so much going on here, and it's sometimes hard to catch a breath. There's also so much that you want to do here and take advantage of, that there's this keeping up with the Joneses scenario that can happen. Not so much maybe with possessions, but things that you feel like you should be doing in life and doing in Montana. And you get caught up trying to do everything instead of just taking a breath and enjoying being where we're being and just look at the mountains. My biggest emotional connection is my community, my friends, especially in this area. And I think that's what makes this area special as well, is the community that I do have here. Sometimes you think about leaving, going to a smaller place, or checking something out that's different, that might be new and exciting. But the reality is they're all for me. They're all places that are basically the same as Bozeman. The only difference is they don't have the communities. My friends are what makes this place great for me and what brings out all the great parts of this area. The activities I spend the most time on, obviously work. In the winter, it's hockey. I'm at the rink 3 to 4 times a week. I'm trying to get in the backcountry once or twice a week, or spending 1 or 2 days a week at the resort. During the summer, there's all the mountain biking, the rivers, the hiking. With all the opportunities that we have, those items really do take up most of my time. The habits that I have that I don't think serve me well are stressing about things that are out of my control and things that in the grand scheme are not that important. The thing that makes me feel most alive is usually going fast, getting up in the mountains, getting away from everyone, and finding something that's steep that you can point it down and it's just got a little element of danger. It's just like being on the mountain bike too, going fast, testing yourself. I think is more the key word there is testing your abilities out there and seeing what you can do, and that's the thing that makes me feel most alive. The thing that makes me laugh the hardest is usually myself and it's usually making a mistake of some kind and falling somewhere, whether it's on the snowboard, on the mountain bike, at the hockey rink, just making a silly mistake and going down. The thing I'm most grateful for in the moment right now is the hockey community here. Over at Haynes and Wrestler, Baja started something amazing there, and the community has just grown and grown and grown. I think we're up to 5 or 6 leagues at this point, and we spend so much time together that you get to know everyone, and it becomes such a great community that you don't realize it over the winter. But for me, I find that 80% of my friends at this point are all people that I play hockey with, and it's absolutely incredible. How am I really doing today? Today I'm scared. Today I've spent a lot of time. I'm trying to get a house in Bozeman, and it is a challenge. It is stressful. It is scary to see that kind of money go away, and the mortgage that I will be paying. It's genuinely nerve-wracking, and it keeps you up, and it makes you look back at. You can easily go down rabbit holes of thinking about mistakes that you made in 10 years ago, 5 years ago, that really at this point are meaningless, and there were lessons that needed to be learned. But in these moments, you can easily dial in on them, and it's a little scary, but at the same time, there's a lot of optimism and a lot of hope behind that. So I'm really a wide range of emotions today. The thing that's taking up the most headspace for me right now is trying to buy a home in Bozeman and work. 6 weeks ago, I switched companies, and I'm really excited about the opportunity that I have with them, and I want to succeed, and I want to do great work, and because of that, I definitely stay up late thinking about it. It's on my mind at the gym after work. What do I need to be doing better? How can I improve? Is there anything I'm missing? That has taken up a lot of my time. The other thing, it's trying to buy real estate in Bozeman. It's a challenge. So that takes up, I would say, most of my bandwidth at this point. The thing I did today that made me feel good was I had a morning hockey game, and it was just having these opportunities to spend time with friends, the guys on my team, and then some other people on the other team that I actually recently met at a tournament over the weekend. So it was good to see old friends on the other team, new friends, and really just having a good morning to do something fun together. If I could go back and give myself one single piece of advice, it would be to relax, stay calm, and breathe. Everything's going to be okay. You don't need to rush through it. Everything's going to be okay. The strategies I use to calm myself down are spend time at the gym, try and meditate, try and focus on my breath, as well as try and spend time outside in nature, often by myself in some solitude, or try and be out there with some friends, whatever it might be, whether it's mountain biking or snowboarding or skiing, just being away from everything and away from all the noise, just to find some calm and some peace to really settle down. I wish I would spend less time worrying there's so much to worry about all the time, and 95% of it I don't actually need to worry about, and no one else does either. No one else is thinking these things about me, and it's really okay to just not worry about so much in life. So when it comes to my work out in the community, I do my best to set a good example. I've been a part of outreach programs in the past. I've been sober over 6 years now. I try and stay a part of sober communities, but the biggest thing that I try and do is just set an example for what it looks like to be sober in this modern era. I think it looks differently than a lot of people expect. I don't go to AA. There's a lot of things I don't do differently, and a lot of people I think are shocked by the fact that I am sober after they get to know me, especially the amount of time that I do spend out in the community, whether it's downtown or anywhere else. And the biggest thing that I try and do is just set that example that it's okay not to drink, and that you can live a completely normal life and not drink alcohol. It's not as big of a deal as I think some people try and make it out to be. And I try and make myself available to people who are struggling. So, I often talk about being sober and my sobriety. I'm always happy to tell my story to anyone that wants to listen, and wants to listen because they need help. And the reason I share that story is it might help them. You never know who's struggling in the moment. And they might hear your story, and there's 9 things out of that story that they don't relate to at all. They completely checked out and they don't care about and they missed. But there's that one part of the story that they completely relate to, and that's something that you can often connect with people on. And that's the thing that can be important and, maybe help save someone. I'm more than happy to, have coffee with these people, and I try and make that, obvious to people when I'm always out talking. And there's an okay way of life, a good way of life in sobriety. You can be happy. There's just steps that you have to take, and there's a lot of us out there. There's far more people out there than what anyone expects. If you start to spend time, looking around your workplace, your communities, your internal networks, you'll find a lot more sober people than you expect. And the reason that you don't see them and the reason that you don't expect them is because we blend in, because we're normal people. So those people out there that think they can't live a normal life, or that life ends after alcohol, it's just not true.